Hey everyone, what's up? It's Bro here, and I would like to show you guys how to make an invisibility cloak based item. Let me go ahead and show you what it does, and then I'll get right around to making it, like how to make it. Alright, so let's get the item, Invisibility Cloak, with a capital L. So we're going to equip... Oh wait, okay, first, let's try to sneak past these guys real quick. Sorry, but nobody's allowed to pass here. Alright, fine. So we go all Harry Potter up in here and go invisible, and we're allowed to pass. And my dog is sassing me. Shut up, woman. I'm recording. Anyway, so let's go right on to how it's made. Excuse me. So you want to make an armor, and you want to call it the Invisibility Cloak, or whatever you want your invisibility item to be. General armor, accessory, just make something here. None of this, technically, as long as you make something, it doesn't really matter. Something that you can equip. Now we're going to go to the common events. We're going to make a thing called stealth, or whatever else you want to call it. We're going to need 3 switches. We're going to need run, force off, and INV_on. We're going to check the switch run, and we're going to make the trigger parallel. If you can't select this, then select parallel first, and then you should be able to have access to the switch button here to make all 3 of these switches. Make sure it's selected as run. Next, we want to make a conditional branch, and we're going to check and see if the main character, if you want to have it take in effect with multiple characters, then you would have to kind of, when you're done making this, just copy the entire thing, and then paste it, and then just change the main thing here. But for now, we're just going to do one character, so we're going to say if Harold has the armor invisibility cloak equipped, then you would do, you'd also check the create else branch. And then we're going to do another conditional branch right inside of that one, also check the else, but then we're going to check if the switch force_off is off. Because if you turn this on, then you won't be invisible anymore. So if you wanted to do a cutscene and you don't want your characters invisible during the cutscene, well, there you go. So we're going to check and see if it's off. And if it is, make sure you check the conditional or the else branch. And inside of that conditional branch, you're going to have another conditional branch that says if INV_on is off. Do not check the create else branch on this one. Then we're going to set move route. We're going to do player, change blend mode to screen, which you can access over here. Change blend mode. And we're going to set as opacity, right above it, change opacity to about 150 and uncheck the wait for completion. Right after that, turn on the INV switch. You can do that by going here, control switches. And in the else branch of the force off event, you want to do a jump to label, which you can do here. Jump to label, and in all capitals, we're going to type stop. So it looks like this. Now, in the else branch of the main condition, if Harold has it equipped or not, we're going to actually create a label, not jump to label. We're going to create the label by going to just label, and we're going to name it stop, exactly the way it's spelled here. Case sensitive and everything, so it has to be all the capital letters have to be exactly the same thing. Next, we're going to check if INV_on is on, and if it is on, you don't have to check the else branch, by the way. And if it is on, we're going to change the blend mode back to normal. We're going to set the opacity to 255. Remember to uncheck the wait for completion, and then we're going to turn INV_on off. And once you're done with that, all you need to do is make some sort of an event. It can be a parallel process if you want it to always be on. You want to turn run on. So you want to make sure that run is on. Otherwise, it won't work. Now, some could argue that you don't technically need a force off thing because all you have to do is just turn run off. And that's true. It's all up to you, really. See, I didn't think of that when I made the video, and I don't feel like correcting it. Anyway, then you want to give an item. You want to make sure that the player has the item. And to check and see if you are invisible or not, during an event, you would do a conditional branch to check if INV is on, and you would create an else branch. So if it's on, it does nothing. If it's off, it tells you you can't pass here. This event here acts as this guy's sight. By doing that, you can accomplish the Invisibility Cloak item. So see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.